Hello everybody, how is it going? My name is Lucas, and today we are going to be checking out the Revv Genarator 120 on amps of the Schecter. And guys, if it's your first time here, or if you've been here before, make sure you are subscribed. I do lots of cool stuff here. I do Schecter tutorials, mixing tutorials, I do giveaways from time to time, and I don't want you to miss any of that cool stuff. So let's jump right in and check out the Revv Genarator 120. Don't know if you can really tell, but I'm kind of a major Revv fanboy. I have my Revv shirt on. I have a Revv 100R behind me. It's exactly like the 120, except it doesn't have the purple channel in it. And the channels that we've just got in the Revv and firmware 22 for the 3 is going to be the purple channel and the red channel. So the purple channel is SLO-like a Saldana, and I use that term very loosely because it's just to kind of give you an idea of what it sounds like. It's kind of your more mid-focused, kind of high-gain type of amp channel, and the red channel is kind of your recto channel. It's kind of big and it's fat. And the cool thing about each of these channels is there's different aggressions on them, and we do have the aggressions in the Schecter itself. Now the Revv, they're based out of Canada. They have a lot of different amps, so hopefully the clean channels make it into the Schecter at some point, because they just released the D25, and Revv is really big amongst the Nashville artists and the country artists, so they have a very, very, very good clean sound, and I'm lobbying for the green channel. I'm lobbying pretty hard for it to come to the Schecter, because the green channel is one of my favorite in the 120 Mark III because it's so good. It's kind of like a Marshall-y tone, kind of like a JMP-ish. I know we have a lot of Marshalls in there, but the green channel is just, it's good, and it stands alone on it, and it's just really good. Let's check it out in the Schecter. So, what you heard when I played that little intro riff, that is going to be from the red channel with No Aggression. So, and that's just, it's red 1, excuse me, my thing was messed up. It's red 1. I hope in the future, I'm also going to lobby for this, I hope that it changes to, you can actually see the aggression. So watch, look at the bottom right here. So it's purple 1, that's No Aggression. This is the blue aggression, and then this is going to be with the red aggression. So the blue aggression pushes your upper mids, and it gives you kind of like a little upper mid spike. And then the red one just makes everything big and fat. Kind of gets you into that, I don't want to say recto territory, but it just makes things kind of big and fat. And they're not necessarily labeled. I kind of already knew what it was since I'm so familiar with the amps, but I want it to be labeled, you know, red, purple, just red, purple 1, and then red, purple 2 blue, and red, purple red. So people can kind of understand the different aggression levels. By the way, there's no green aggression. If you see anywhere anything that's green, there's none. So it's just off, LED off, none, no aggression, blue and then red. So let's check out the purple really quick. I'm going to be using my Mayonnaise Duvel. I have some Bare Knuckle War Pigs in here. I'm in drop C tuning. So let's check out the purple channel really quick. I'm pretty much using the precision drive for all of it. I have some other drives in here. Maybe I'll bounce around there if we get some time, and I'll show you kind of what they sound like. IRs, I'm not using any of the new Dynacabs right now. I'm using some legacies. I'm using the GDD Cali 412s. It's basically some of the best V30s ever made in Mesa cabs. That's what we're going to be using. So enough talking. Let's get to playing. We're going to be checking out the purple channel with No Aggression. So the low end is definitely present in here, and the low end was redesigned from the Mark II to the Mark III in the 120, and the absolute low end monster is here, and I absolutely love it because it's like so just thick and meaty. So that means you are going to have to tame it, so don't be afraid to cut any of the bass there. So for the output EQ, if I forget to show you this on any of the other ones, I'm mainly just cutting 250 and 500. Just giving it a little cut. I actually do that on my real amp too. So on the real amp, there's bright It's bright, fat, and cut. The cut cuts the mids. The fat just makes things, gives you a little bit more bass, and the bright just gives you a little bit more bright. I do have the bright switch on because it in the Axe effects it sounds better when you have the bright switch on. So moving right along, so this is the purple channel. There's no aggression. Like I said, it's very martially. I probably do need to turn it up a little bit there. Let's turn that up a tiny bit there. So it's not gonna have any aggression. It's no aggression, and like I said before, I'm trying to make sure these, yeah, okay, the levels are close enough. So now we're gonna be moving on to the purple, but this is gonna be the blue aggression. So what I'll do is I'm gonna like strum a chord with no aggression, and I'll pop to 2, and then listen for the upper mids. It's the best way I can describe it. It's kind of like the upper mids. You're gonna hear a chewiness on it. Now, with the blue aggression, hopefully I was able to show you that. It's, so from the real amp to the Axe effects, so they nailed it, like, perfectly. I really like these amps in here. This is the most excited I've ever been to do a video on new amps, because I love these amps so much. Hopefully I showed it to you. It's in the upper mids. I kind of like using blue most of the time to solo some of the time. I kind of like, if I'm doing like a lot of single note stuff, I like using it because it gives you that nice chewiness in there. So let's move on to the red aggression. So like I said before, the red aggression is going to be very fat. I'll do the same thing I did before. I'll bounce between them so you can hear what it sounds like. And I want you to pay attention very closely to the gain. So whenever you put on the red, you don't really want to push the gain very much, because watch, I'll show you what it does when you push it. It's if you want to do some doom, this is the doom channel. Yeah, as you can see, it gets really big and fat and saucy. But by the way, so purple channel, the SLO channel, lots of mids. So don't be afraid to kind of cut them, because you have tons of them. Look, I didn't even cut 250 on here. I just cut 500. That's mainly what I went after, was 500. Now let's roll into the red channel. This is my personal favorite channel. This is what we started with. So this is just red, no aggression. So, I absolutely love this channel. I want to show you what this channel sounds like whenever we get some split coil sounds. I'm going to go to the middle position on my DeVell. This does better than my One for All patch that I have actually shared that not too long ago for December. It does better when I'm splitting because it's not as like bright and it's not as harsh. I hope it's not coming across very harsh. There, let me actually make things darker. Alright, that's red. No aggression, so as the same thing as before, blue upper mids, red really fat. Same thing, I'll play and I'll let you hear the difference. Hopefully it comes across. I notice it a lot more on the red channel, more than I did on the purple. The blue aggression is definitely there. Hopefully you can hear it. Like I said, you got to focus on those upper mids, and it definitely comes through. On the real amp, it kind of cuts a little bit more. I find for the aggressions and the axe effects, I don't want to say they overdid it, but they kind of pushed it a little more. But I think I get it. I think it's pushed a little more, so that way it can kind of like shine through. Because I know obviously it's, you know, you're trying to model it, so it's pushed a little bit more. But it definitely it gets there. It's the same thing. It's just done in a little bit different way, which you have to kind of expect that, since you know you're trying to take something in the physical world and put it in the digital world. Sorry for my little rant there. Okay, that's blue aggression. There we go. You know, you saw me dial in a little bit more, cut a little bit more of those mids out there. Like I said, this one's very, very bassy. Now this is gonna be. Let me crank some gain a little bit so you can see what it sounds like when we move gain. Hello, interference coming through, cranking the gain. Yeah, when you crank it, you get loads of mids. That's why I like to keep the gain low. I actually keep the gain around this on my real amp. Sorry if I'm getting annoying talking about the real amp. I love these amps so much. So, okay, this is red aggression. This is your recto. This is your big, fat, meaty machine. I run this on my real amp a lot. I use that, and I'll use like a drive. I use the TS9 forever. And I've been using the Revv tilt boost. We're using the precision drive today, which is kind of a little bit, kind of a little bit like the tilt boost. Oh, let's jam. I'm talking too much. As you can hear, big, meaty, fat. Man, I don't know if I've said this before, but I really do like these amps. They sound so dang good. All right, we're getting to the end here. We are clocking in. Ooh, I'm gonna be going a little while. Real quick, I'm gonna get you out of here. Let's go back to purple channel. Let's go to purple channel and let's kick the drive off, and then I'll try some other ones for you. I like the Klon, but it makes things like very like chewy. I do like the Maxon a lot too. The Maxon sounds great. Great, great, great. Alright guys, that is going to wrap it up on the Revv 120 Mark III. Guys, if you thought this video was cool, leave me a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. I have a lot more Revv channel of the real amp. I have them on my channel. I'll put those at the end if you would like to check them out. Guys, thank you so much for spending time with me. I know there's a lot of stuff out there vying for your attention, but you chose to spend some time with me. Hopefully, I gave you a good demonstration of the Revv amps and the Axe FX3. And thank you so much for hanging out with me. I greatly appreciate it. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.